starting the show. Welcome to another. Hey, she's already in it. She's locked in. Ooh. Locked in. Locked in. Locked in. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being here. It's another episode. The podcast Handsome Rambler. I'm your host, Hannibal Buress. Co-host
Tony Trim.
We're our special guest, Mitski.
Hey, Mitski.
Mitski.
Hi.
What's up?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Thanks for coming on the show.
It's my pleasure, my honor.
Yeah. Thank you. It's fun. It's a fun time. We're glad you're here. We were at the show last night. Packed out show. Lincoln Hall.
Shout out Red Bull.
Red Bull. Red Bull.
Red Bull.
Shout out the Red Bull Empire.
Gives you wings.
Hey, who knew? They didn't know back in the 70s.
Who knew that such a... I'm sorry, Red Bull. I'm just going to say this. Who knew?
Go ahead. Speak your heart.
Who knew that like a drink that smells like chemical fumes would make it this big?
It's
an industry now.
I think they are probably shocked sometimes. But, yo, we're still going. Mm-hmm. This episode sponsored by Red Bull, by the way.
Hey, what's up, Red Bull? We out here.
Hey, what is a relationship, Red Bull, without some honesty, huh?
Red Bull vodka is making everyone crazy worldwide.
Is that still a thing? Do people still do Red Bull vodkas?
I feel like
maybe
in New Jersey.
Oh.
I don't know.
No, some people do it. I forget who recently.
That's Blackout Central.
I offered to buy a girl a drink, and she asked for a Red Bull vodka.
Oh, how'd that make you feel?
I held it in. I went, oh, yeah. Get her. And you know what's funny? It was really funny. It was at a bar at a casino in Vegas. So, yeah, I had a drink ticket.
Yeah.
And so my drink was covered by the drink ticket. And then I said, it was Red Bull vodka. And then they said, that's not a drink ticket drink.
Yeah.
So I had to come out. I didn't have to.
So you had a PBR instead.
No, I had to pay. I said,
premium.
no, don't worry about it. We're paying for your Red Bull vodka, babe. I got this.
You played a show there? Not played a show. Did a gig. I don't know what the terminology is for comedy. But...
The same. Played a show, did a gig, and the answer is no. I was just chilling.
Oh, nice. But they still gave you drink tickets.
That's when you gamble. When you gamble, you get drink tickets.
I've never gambled before.
You never gambled?
No. I feel like my career is already a gamble. I don't need to do anymore.
Why you feel like your career is a gamble?
Come
Musician,
on.
music.
Yeah.
You gambling every day in these streets on the road?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah. But I feel like comedy must be harder, actually. With music, I don't know. You can just exist at a show and play music and have people not pay attention to you and still get paid. But I feel like with comedy, you really need to be there. And if people...
you got to get laughs.
Yeah, exactly.
Like if you're playing music, you don't have to get any reaction and still be killing it.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you ain't getting laughs,
you're
not doing your job.
You're dead.
Yeah.
I bail on shows, though, sometimes.
Really?
Mid-show. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
I get out of there. If it's weird sometimes, I'm like, okay, this is weird. And I'll say, you guys are feeling that as an audience. I do more shows than you go to shows. And let me tell you, you guys are stinking it up right now. Good night, Cincinnati. No, I'm kidding. Cincinnati, I've had great shows there. But no, it can be weird sometimes. You know why? Everybody thinks they're funny and shit. Mm-hmm. Sometimes people yell out.
Well, I mean, I imagine it's harder to be funny when everyone's looking at you like, okay, be funny. It's easier, like, I don't know, it's easier for me to be funny in a casual situation just because no one's expecting me to be
less
funny.
Pressure on your jokes.
Yeah, so if I make a stupid joke, everyone's like, she's a musician, but she made a joke.
Right.
But with you, it's like, you gotta be funny.
What you got, motherfucker? What you got? Make me laugh, motherfucker.
Yeah, it's pressure. It's high pressure.
Yeah.
It could be worse things than
It's terrifying to me.
Than doing a bad joke. you have to put it in perspective. It's tough, but
Also,
nobody's brain is on the line.
I also feel like
Tumors and shit and that in play.
comedians are so mean to each other. I
Yeah.
feel like in music, at least musicians kind of are nice to each other. But when I listen to comedians talk to each other, even good friends, they're like so shitty to each other and they insult each other all the time. And I couldn't handle that.
Really?
I just want people to be nice to me. Like, why do you always insult each other? Why can't you just be
Keeps
nice?
your wits sharp.
I don't know.
I think dudes in general kind of talk shit to each other.
Oh,
like
it's-
dudes that are good friends that are dudes.
Or if you're from like a certain kind of neighborhood or upbringing, it's like you just kind of roast each other. Like me and my circle of friends would always just roast each other.
Oh, I mean, I've never had friends, so I guess I don't know.
You've never had friends? Of course you've had friends.
So I guess I wouldn't know.
You moved around a lot.
Yeah. Yes.
13. You've moved 13 times?
That was a number I threw out randomly, and then it stuck in the press,
Yeah,
but I
you got-
actually don't know.
You don't know? Yeah?
I never really counted.
13 times, but you identified somebody that moved 16 times?
What? Who moved 16 times?
I don't know.
Oh.
How many times did you move when you were in high school?
I went to 4 different high schools.
Oh, shit.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see, that's... yeah.
Where?
And freshman year was in Japan. 10th grade, Alabama. 11th grade, I actually ditched school and didn't go to school for a year.
What?
Because I was like, I'm not learning anything. I'm just not going to go.
So,
then-
where were you?
In Japan. And then I just worked full time. And then as I was working as a teenager without a degree, I was like, oh, you need to go to school so that people don't treat you like you're an idiot. And then so I went back to school, and that was in Virginia. And then senior year, I was in Turkey. And then I went to college in New York.
Okay.
The end.
So your parents are spies.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say yay or nay,
Yeah.
but they might be.
Okay.
At least one of them.
At least one of them is a spy. Turkey, Africa, Virginia. You said Alabama too?
Yeah, that was my choice.
Alabama?
Yeah.
You said mine, Dad. And you said, okay, I want to move to Alabama. And then your dad just hopped on LinkedIn looking for spy jobs in
No,
Alabama?
I went to Alabama alone. My family was in Japan, but there's a performing arts school in Alabama that I wanted to go to. So I went alone.
Birmingham?
Yeah.
Nice.
Who'd you
That's
live
fun.
with?
A roommate.
At 15 or 16?
10th grade, yeah. Yeah, 15.
Whoa.
That's pretty ballsy. Alabama,
Yeah.
of all places, too.
I had no fear. Now looking back, I'm like, damn it. I did all those things. I was so stupid.
That's not stupid. That's great. You got like a very huge, wide view now.
I guess so.
In Alabama, did people say to you, she look kind of white, but not really?
No. I was
Ma, it's a Chinese girl.
No.
She like, not almost, but not sorta,
I
but like almost.
No, people didn't give me any white privilege. I was firmly the Asian girl.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. That's the thing. In the U.S., I'm the Asian girl. In Japan, I'm the white girl.
Oh.
Can't win. You can't win.
I know that same exact. Like all my Korean family look at me as the asshole American kid,
Yeah.
and then vice versa.
And here you're the Asian guy.
Yeah, here it's like my Asian friend.
I want to talk more about this year off of school in Japan. Where were you working? What was that like? How did it change you besides learning that you needed to get
Wow,
education?
we're really getting personal in this interview. Well,
I'm-
I was in school, but I hated it. I felt like I wasn't learning anything. I felt like I could teach myself more than I was learning in school. So I was like, fuck it. Oh, am I allowed to swear in this?
You can do it.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I was like, fuck it.
Please more.
At any time there's a lull, we'll just out of it.
And then I worked as a waitress at a Korean barbecue place. And on weekends I'd go to like museums. I'd go on little day trips to other parts of Japan. I learned to party a little bit. In Japan it's safer.
Learn to party. Like
Well-
cocaine. Cocaine.
Anyway.
Wrong country.
Oh.
And then after a while, I realized that, actually being in the working world, people treated me like shit because I didn't even have a degree. I was just a high schooler, not in school. And I was like, oh, like, it's not about learning anything in school. It's just getting that degree. So I was like, I need to go back to school to get a degree.
Well, you could have made a degree up.
Really? I don't know. I wasn't that smart, I guess.
But you were doing music throughout all this.
No. I had no hope or ambition in life because I love music, but I didn't realize I could do it. Like, I didn't imagine I could actually be a musician.
So where did that come into play?
That came into play senior year of high school. I graduated early. You took a year off but graduated early? Yeah. Well, I went
crazy.
to a military-based school, and so I had enough credits to graduate. So I got there, took a few months, and I was like, wait, I can graduate. I don't need to be here. I went up to the principal. I was like, can I just get out of here? You don't want me here. I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
And
then
then
you made a deal.
Yeah.
And they took it.
They took it. They let me out.
That's great.
And that's when I started to do music because I had all this time on my hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you picked up a guitar, taught yourself?
No, I started playing guitar in college. I played piano.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did your dad ever try to get you to be a Navy SEAL like him?
No. He was like, no, honey, it's a hard life. You don't want this.
Yeah.
I don't want you to die.
I don't want you to die. You're mine. You got any siblings?
I have one little sister.
You're my oldest child. You don't want this life. Please don't die. That's a good dad.
Yeah. He's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When's the last time you were in Japan?
Last year for tour.
Yeah.
It was pretty nice. They're a whole different market. Have you been to Japan?
Once.
Where'd you go?
Just Tokyo.
You should go outside of Tokyo.
Nah.
Good talk, guys.
When you,
No, I next trip.
when you go back to Japan, you should go to the west side.
the west side
of Japan. Tokyo's on the east side. The west side, it's like people are funnier, they're friendlier, they're more open.
Okay.
Foreigners like the west side more. You should go to like Kyoto and Osaka.
Okay.
and
Is that where you're
Kobe.
from?
Kinda. I'm on the
you're,
west.
You're born in Japan, right? So-
Yeah, but I was born in Mie, which is just like nowhere, countryside.
Okay.
Yeah.
So would it be equivalent to East Coast and West Coast of America, where people consider the West Coast of the States to be more laid back and the East Coast to be more uptight and aggressive? Tokyo versus Kyoto? Or what would the analogy be?
I'm trying to think of the analogy. I don't know.
Well, there's more history, right?
Well, also, in Tokyo, people I feel like are very, very Japanese. I feel like they're so reserved. People don't talk to each other. It's pretty crowded and kind of gray, and it's very city vibes.
And they stuff you in the
It's
train.
super city vibe.
But
Did you get stuffed into a train?
Not stuffed.
Don't they do that? Don't they hire
yeah, they
people
do that, but that's during rush hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, they also have women-only trains because
Because there's a lot of
there's so much sexual harassment.
I've seen like the signs where it just shows like a guy's hand like going up a skirt or something.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa.
and a lot of like hidden pictures of upskirt pictures and stuff. There's a lot of that. on train.
Pervy. Pervy.
Let me do another setting here.
Ooh,
Yeah.
oh shit.
Pervy.
One thing I did enjoy being in Japan, being in Tokyo, was that I couldn't read anything.
You enjoyed that?
Yeah, so I was, normally it's advertisements and all this noise coming into your brain, and you just looking at this, and it was just, I didn't know none of that shit. So I was able to kind of just
Be your own
be in my
person.
thoughts.
But you know what's crazy about the Japanese language or Japanese culture is that the fonts are usually really big, bubbly, and crazy. You know, when you see like a Japanese product, you might not know what it is, but it always looks exciting.
Yeah.
Like, "Wah!" You know what I'm talking about? Like that's
What? Can you do that again? I didn't hear it.
Wah!
Amazing.
Buy it.
Yeah,
Buy it.
and just
buy
like,
it,
like
buy it.
Tokyo to me just looks like a huge pinball machine. I haven't been there, but that's like every time I see
All the pictures.
movies, whatever, that's what it looks like. It's like, oh.
You've never been?
No, I want to go. I was supposed to go last year. I was going to go there and Seoul, but we ended up doing a large tour.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Seoul is coming up. South Korea is coming up. The music, everything.
Style,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Carmen Sandiego tried, but you know.
Where in the world is
Carmen Sandiego.
still their soul in South Korea?
She was the first one to really push South Korea.
Really represents
Yeah.
South Korea.
Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? What if Carmen Sandiego was like, yo, I'm at the crib, motherfuckers.
chilling.
I'm just at home. What do you want? Can you stop?
I'm in Omaha in my
I'm just
basement
fucking chilling out.
in my garden apartment.
I'm hanging out with my family.
She's in one oversized t-shirt.
Yeah.
Just like,
Why y'all motherfuckers looking for me? man?
Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? I'm depressed right now. Can you send some snacks and good words, please? Yeah. How many stamps on your passport? Is your passport crazy?
it's pretty crazy.
You
actually.
got your passport with you?
Yeah.
Yeah?
No, I don't actually.
You don't?
Yeah, it's at my
Okay.
Airbnb. Sorry. But
That's
I can
all right.
assure you there are a lot of
That's
stamps.
crazy.
One time I was in Germany and this guy, this border guy was like, so you've been around a lot, huh? And I was like, just let me go.
Yeah. Don't want to have this talk.
Yeah.
I bet you seem, so you travel a lot and you've moved around a lot. Do you, where's your residence?
I don't live anywhere.
That's what that's what I was getting at. You seem like you probably don't have a lot of stuff.
I don't, and I also don't have a place to live, actually. I haven't for the past couple of years.
You look pretty clean.
I make enough money to get hotels and Airbnbs and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's like because I don't pay rent. Like I don't have rent, so instead of rent, I can just pay for wherever I'm staying at that time.
Nice.
Yeah, I toured so much. After I used to live in New York, but I was like, it's not worth it. I'm never at this apartment that I'm paying exorbitant amounts of money for.
What was your New York rent?
It was $1,000, and I had a roommate, and that was expensive.
Yeah, $1,000 with a roommate. $1,000, 4 digits, just to still have another person.
One
Another
bathroom,
person.
two bathrooms?
One bathroom.
One
Oh,
bathroom.
you got shit. Somebody else shitting, and you paying $1,000.
You got to share a bathroom for $1,000. That's not a good deal.
I know, so I got out of there.
Get out of
good
there.
for you.
Yeah.
On the road. Do you kind of mythologize yourself as just this lonely wandering traveler? You travel with a band
I travel with a band, yeah. But sometimes I play solo shows.
when they not covering the band?
Yes. College shows I do solo.
Yeah.
Because they pay a lot and that I can just be like, I'm going to come solo, and they're kids, so they're like, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I love your college show stories. Like
Yeah.
the one you told about them publishing how much they paid you.
Yeah. They do. That still happens every now and then, but I think they have to report it.
Oh, do they? In their college
Well,
paper?
they don't have to. Well, it has to be, the students have to know because it's out of their fee. So I've seen it in college papers more recently.
College shows are wild just because if you think about it, you take a bunch of children who are just learning to do their laundry, and the school is like, here's a shit ton of money. Go entertain yourselves.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's extremely fascinating that lots of artists' financial security is based on the whims
college.
of a 19-year-old. Yeah.
I love you,
But they're
kids.
fun.
Thanks, colleges. Please book me.
I like college. I think I've had a shift recently.
You like them now?
No, I used to like. I always been kind of. ambivalent about
Well,
them. I
you're-
appreciate the money, but
You're probably at a point where you cannot play a college show and still make money. Like for bands starting out, like if it wasn't a college show, they'd be paid like $25
Yeah.
or like beer or pizza. But then suddenly you get this college show and it's like hundreds or thousands of dollars. But you probably already get paid enough not to do college shows anyway.
I think they see that I'm aging and my sensibility has shifted, so the offers don't come in.
Do you get aged out in the comedy world? I
No, I
thought
don't
that
know
was
if
just female musicians.
Not aged out, but it used to be where I could just do a college show and just be able. I could do it in the middle of a run of regular shows and do it. And now, over the past year or so, it happened where I'm doing a college show.
Mm-hmm.
Let me sit down and figure out how we're approaching this, because I might say some shit a 30-something-year-old says that goes way over. So I have to mentally right before I gotta cut this out. They've never rented a car before. They don't buy their own plane ticket. Like little shit, little things that just don't.
Like, remember Saved by the Bell?
Saved by the Bell. What the fuck? Now you gotta get your Snapchat material right.
Wait, so what do you have to talk about? Do you talk about weed?
I talk about their school. I usually talk about their school.
Okay.
How much their tuition is. We played this school, Washington University. And so I was just, researching them before, just to have some people. I mean, in general, as humans, I think we like to hear about ourselves. And so I just talked about how much they were paying. I'm like, you guys are paying $50,000 a year. And they were like, no, it's $60,000. And I was like, well, somebody needs to update that Wikipedia page. And it says $50,000. But the endowment, that school has an endowment in the billions, where they could pay the students tuition with the endowment, at least cut it in half. But
why would they do that?
Why what are they just sitting on?
Because they don't want the kids to kill themselves.
Billions for what?
What?
Yeah, like University of Chicago. I remember one of my homies was there when I was going to college years back, and they would encourage people to throw house parties because the suicide rate was so high. So they would just fund parties and fund events so kids would be happy and not kill themselves.
Really?
Yeah.
But I mean the endowment that they have, where it's just money just sitting.
Yeah.
Where you'll look at any school online, you look them up and it'll say this school has an endowment of $3 billion from donors.
Yeah, so it's
or
like,
whatever.
where's that going?
What is that for?
Yeah.
What are you doing with that? Just
They're
chilling?
they're just funding house parties.
I guess.
Well, maybe, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Probably some of it probably goes to that.
To
keeping the kids happy. How are
But-
they going to pay for their tuition if they're dead?
what?
I think.
We're on different pages right now.
Yeah, I think you're just swimming down in a different stream than we are.
Okay.
But I respect it. We don't want kids to die. It's true.
don't
We're on
want-
the
we
same
don't-
page on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't either. Just a couple of them. Just a couple of them.
Oh.
A couple of them need to die right
Well, they
now,
should-
Mitski.
they-
A couple of, we don't know who, but there's some that should die
Well, they
because they're
should-
going to do some fucked up shit.
They
in
should
5
go
years.
to any university in Minnesota because I hear about like able-bodied, healthy, like pretty rich college students go to school in like Minneapolis or Minnesota and they die because it's so cold. Like healthy children.
That's your random facts.
No. So,
The more you know.
these kids like go get drunk and they're not used to being in such cold weather and they get drunk, they party, and then they I don't know, they leave their keys somewhere or they're drunk and they just like don't know how to manage themselves and they're out in the cold and they just freeze to death out there, like right in front of their dorm room or something.
Sounds like Darwinism.
How many?
I don't have the stats.
Is it-
I don't have the stats, but it's somewhere.
That just sounds like stupidity.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not going to say they only deserve to.
No one deserves to die.
Nobody deserves to die, but if we had 2 lives, they deserve to lose 1 just to learn.
Definitely.
How about that? They don't deserve to die, but
it's like when you play Mario Brothers. You're down to your last guy.
That's a weak move right there. That's a move. You deserve to lose a man for that.
If you're a cat, I think they take 3 lives for that.
Well, I'm not going to respond to that just because I don't want on tomorrow's social media be like, Mitski wants people to die. Like, I don't want to. I'm going to try not to be controversial.
I mean, you can't stop my tweets, though. That's what I.
Yeah.
Like, you won't believe what she said.
We're going to edit it to make it just, you're just repeating, I want people to die.
You can make a track out of it.
Cut it. I'm going to cut it to
Die,
where it's...
die. Mitski wants...
Die.
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 Die. Death. Death.
That's pretty good. I think we have a hit.
Do you believe in the afterlife?
I don't know, but I love ghost stories. If you have any ghost stories, please tell them to me right now.
Oh, shit.
I love ghost stories. That's why I love Halloween. I should.
Oh, no, it's cool. I'll just
hold it so that
No, it's okay.
I love Halloween because it's when like all the scary stories come out on the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any ghost stories?
I don't have any.
No. I
No
don't
haunted Airbnbs?
I don't believe in ghosts.
What?
I've never experienced it.
I mean,
so-
I don't know if I believe in them, but I just love spooky stories.
Me too, I agree.
Yeah.
Like,
So entertain me.
I don't have a story for you. Do you have a ghost story?
No.
Have you ever experienced some kind of a spiritual presence or weird shit like that?
No.
I've been to one haunted Airbnb. I like to believe it's haunted. I don't know if it's
What
actually.
happened?
We walked in. It's in the middle of nowhere, California. We walk in. Immediately, something's off. There's a fucking rocking horse in the middle of the living room. Like, why would you have that? And then it was like 2 a.m. So we go upstairs, me and my band. You got this? Okay, good. And I go into the room that's supposed to be mine, and immediately they're just like a shit ton of just pictures of soldiers, like American soldiers. And then I'm like, okay, well, I'm just sleepy. I'm going to try to go to sleep. I lie down. I turn to my right. There's a gigantic fisheye mirror, just like a gigantic mirror right next to me as I'm sleeping. I can't avoid it.
That's terrifying.
And then I look up, and there's an obviously sealed up attic door, like really obviously sealed up. I'm like, I'm not going to sleep here. I go to the next room where my band members are sleeping. And I'm like, can I join you guys? I crawl into bed with one of the band members. And this room is just wall-to-wall dolls. All dolls. Just dolls. Shelves and shelves of dolls. And so my band member just like gets scared, and so she like turns around a bunch of the scariest dolls so they're not facing us while we're sleeping. And then we finally fall asleep, and then while I'm kind of about to fall asleep, I hear people talking in the room, but I just assume it's my band members, and I fall asleep. And then in the morning, I talk to them. I'm like, were you like awake talking at night? And they were like, no, why? And I was like, I just heard people talking in the room, and they're like, no, I heard it too.
Oh.
But we were all asleep and not talking. There were people in our room talking.
Whoa.
So that's our one haunted Airbnb.
Oh.
One of my homies actually, this is a freaky story. He was sleeping once, and he had a dream that there was clowns in his bedroom, like messing around with his stuff. And then he woke up, and he noticed that his window was open, and he noticed all his shit in his room was messed with, and he saw like 3 guys dressed in clown.
But that's
outfits
not a
running
ghost
in.
story. That's just
I know,
a
but
scary
it's
story.
just freaky as shit.
That
Yeah.
is why clowns.
No.
Oh, there was a period I remember on the internet, just like a bunch of scary clown spottings. What
no,
was
this is way before that. But
Okay.
Yeah, but people were just randomly popping up in clown outfits and terrorizing
yeah,
people.
and I was just thinking about how the movie It really missed their mark because they should have like come out right when that was happening.
Oh.
That was like perfect publicity for the movie, but they really fucked that up.
The movie was garbage anyways. Did you like it?
Well, all I'm gonna say is I think it came out because Stephen King watched Stranger Things, and he was like, "What the fuck? That's what I've been writing this whole time." And so he like hit up some studio people. He was like, "Look, we're gonna get it made because Stranger Things."
I thought he was involved with the new It too. I thought.
Was he not?
Was he? I mean, I know he wrote the original one, but I didn't. I thought maybe because it didn't seem like it was a totally different storyline.
I mean, I haven't read the book, so I have no idea. I haven't read any Stephen King.
I read it a long time ago, like maybe like 20 years ago. I read it, so I don't remember much about it. But I do. When I was watching it, I was just like, wait a minute, this is not like the original story at all. But I might be wrong. I don't know. The
Did
memory
you
is
watch
tricky.
it?
You know, I went to see it the weekend it came out, but I didn't. I went to see a matinee on a Saturday.
But what's your opinion on it?
You know, I went into the theater not realizing how sleepy I was.
So you slept through it?
Mm-hmm.
That's $18. I guess it's nothing to you.
You know, shit. Just, sometimes you just you just have a good time. Yes, I fell asleep. I fall asleep in movies a lot.
I
Yeah,
guess
he does it all the time.
sometimes you just want to sleep in public. And the movie theater is the best place to do
He fell
it.
asleep at his own premiere or something.
Really?
Was it the Baywatch premiere?
Well, it was after I died.
Oh.
I look over
think-
at Hannibal.
Well, it's been a long day. I did about 40 interviews that day.
I know, it's just funny.
And
It's
I
just
had
funny
a
that
couple
you-
drinks. The premiere started late. And then I knew I died in the movie. But then when I saw it,
You're like, okay, I'm
and
good.
then my body shut
I'm out.
down. My
Yeah.
body shut down after that. It just couldn't.
It was like a sympathetic response.
You
Yeah.
died with your
I'm a
character.
very in tune person in
Yeah.
that way.
Yeah.
I died there. I die here.
That is some
Went to
method
sleep.
acting right there.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
I'm one of the top actors of my generation, Mitski.
You know, really, like, why don't, all these publications ask the real questions? Like, they don't know how method you are.
I'm locked in.
Yeah.
Have you done any acting?
For my friends. Like, I have
Yeah.
filmmaker friends who
So
have needed an
yes,
actor.
yeah.
But I'm not an actor. I don't want to be like, I'm
not
an
seeking
actor.
it.
No.
That's the headline for this.
Oh, my
I'm
God.
an actor. Mitski. I'm an actor.
Trying to go to auditions.
Mm-hmm.
Mitski, trying to go to auditions.
Yeah.
Mitski, HMU, trying to go to auditions.
But when you get to a certain status and you become like your own character, Mitski, they're gonna want you for just to play you,
To exist.
to just play yourself
But
in roles. Probably,
I'm
we'd
not.
love to have her.
I'm not good at it, and there are people who are good at it, and I feel like there are a lot of jobless actors who are really good at acting. They should get the part. And also, I think my thing is when actors, like famous celebrities, trying to transition into music, I fucking hate it.
Oh, yeah.
And so I don't want to do the same thing to actors. I feel like actors would hate me if I like casually acted in a movie or a TV series or whatever.
Rappers do it all the time.
Yeah, but rappers are free to do whatever they want. I feel
Yeah.
like.
What's wrong?
Why do rappers get the free pass?
Different. You gotta mix it up. Trying some other stuff. Mitski, can you help come up with a jingle for Tony's construction business? It's fictional.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tony. Oh no beats. A jingle has no beats.
No beats?
A jingle can't be cool.
Okay.
Okay.
Tony's construction.
Ooh.
That's it.
All right. Quick,
And then
to the point.
And then whoever the guy is on the ad, on the cheap ad, is like, this is blah 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 blah
Well,
blah
it'd be
blah
me.
blah. Oh, okay. Well,
Hey, I know toilets. Come talk to me.
Tony's construction.
Hey, I know plumbing. Come talk to me.
Tony's construction.
I know electricity. Come talk to me.
Tony's construction.
Construction.
There it is. Thank you.
Tony's construction.
You can do harmony, yeah.
Tony's
Construction.
Tony's Construction.
Hey.
Tony's Construction.
You need your walls painted?
Call Tony's
Construction.
Construction. That's solid. It's catchy. It works. I think the people love it.
Yeah.
You be on Tinder while you traveling?
No.
No?
No, you don't mess with Tinder?
No.
Bumble?
Never
No.
Tendered?
No. Well, I don't.
Raya?
No, I've heard about Raya. I'm not on Raya, but I have a lot of friends. I had my friend Sasami saw John
Great
Mayer
name.
on Raya, and oh my gosh, am I not supposed to say? I don't know. Well,
No, I was just saying that's a great name.
and so she took a
That's
screenshot of
between
it,
you and Sasami. I ain't do nothing.
and she took a screenshot of it and put it on social media, and I was like, "You're gonna get kicked off of Raya for that," but she didn't. So I guess it's fine.
Yeah, when you do screenshot on Raya, it lets you know. It says,
Yeah.
hey, don't do that.
but she's still on there.
Also,
so.
Sasami, what's her name? Sasimi?
Sasami.
Sasami? Hey, Sasami, that's messy as fuck. The fuck you trying to put John Mayer out there like that for? How many likes you get, Sasami? Will she put it on Instagram or Facebook?
Instagram.
Instagram? I hope the likes were worth it. Celebrities are people too.
Are you on Raya? What are you on?
I'm on Raya and Tinder.
You hear that?
Yeah. Who
He's
you talking
on
to?
Raya.
Oh, you talking
The
to
viewers.
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't met anybody from Raya in a while.
But Tinder, do you have any Tinder stories?
Oh.
For days.
Well, most of my interactions on Tinder are just the girls don't think it's me. Mm-hmm. And so you're catfishing. And I say, no, it's me. Mm-hmm. And then they just are adamant without any, they just assume that I guess I'm at that place where absolutely not. It can't be you. And then I never end up meeting up with them.
Well, they're listening right now, and they're just like, they're like, damn, I should believe more.
This one girl went on this whole thing. Like, you should love yourself, whoever you are. She just went on this whole. You are important for you don't need to act like you're this other man. Just whoever you are out there, I want you to love yourself. She went on this whole paragraphs of motivation, self-help talk to me, thinking that I was not me. That's what it makes it kind of funny, just because of that.
I think those people who do that actually are just saying it because they need to hear it for themselves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess so. She was
But-
being really weird.
Is there like video stuff on Tinder? Maybe you can like take a video of yourself doing that and then being like, "Hey, look, I'm actually."
Tinder's
Hannibal."
it's all pictures.
Oh.
Pictures in the quick bio.
Quick pictures.
But you can link your Tinder to your Instagram so that they can go to your Instagram account
Okay.
and check out what you're
You
about.
should write down "I'm really Hannibal" on a piece of paper, take a picture, and
Yeah.
then put it on Tinder.
I should get off of there. It's a goddamn mess.
Yeah.
Don't you believe in love?
Yeah, in the share way, I do. Do you believe in love after love? Life after love?
That was an influential song because she used autotune heavily.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
then,
that was one of the first auto-tune hits, I would have to say.
Cher, really.
Yeah.
Do you believe in love after love? I can feel
Hits.
Paving the way for all the rappers after her. All these,
You can't give her credit for that.
yeah, all the rappers really are indebted
You
to
think they
her.
were following? What year did that song come out?
I was in elementary school.
Fast lane.
What was like when so you were moving around a lot, so you weren't really able to embrace like the scenes of places you
No,
were at,
yeah.
right?
I
So-
grew up on purely top 40 music. And I would always be abroad. Like I'd be in like a lot of countries where everything came late. So I'd get like the top hits from like a year before or 2 years before. And so I tend to relate to people who are a little older than me because I grew up
Yeah.
on their media.
You know, I gotta say, yeah, your music, because I was just recently introduced to it, reminds me a lot of. Are you familiar with like like the old sub pop artists, like in the '90s, that label sub pop. Mm-hmm. It sounds like you would have fit right into that era, that scene.
Like who? Like you're talking Nirvana Sub Pop?
No. More like Sunny Day, Real Estate-ish, kind of Velocity Girl, like those kind of like indie bands that were kind of like. Because I was on like I did those like little mail order things where they would send you like a VHS tape, and then they'd be like, check out these bands that we have, and they'd be all these indie rock bands, but they would always have like these unique sounds, and they were all like very DIY.
I actually never listened to those bands. I think I write pop music, but with DIY production.
Yeah, that's
and
what. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah,
so I think you would have fit right into that kind of like. It wasn't exactly grunge. Mm-hmm. It was before like emo was even a thing.
Yeah,
you know. Mm-hmm. Some people even say Sunny Day Real Estate was the first emo band. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
I should check them out. I've actually never listened to them.
They're great. They remind me of you because it's very soft and very like heartfelt, and then they get into the distortion, and then they scream a little bit, and then they chill out.
That's me.
That's you.
Oh damn.
So yeah,
what am I doing?
It sound you sound like a '90s sub pop band.
Yeah.
You know.
Instead, I'm here today.
No, what do you mean?
Chilling. When you were doing all that moving around, would you ever say, "Okay, I'm moving to a new place. I'm about to create a new persona for myself and be somebody totally different"?
I do that. Wait, I've said that in interviews. Maybe you've just. How did you know? It
seems like sometimes when people go to college, I'm going to be this new person in college because nobody knows.
I'm going to start wearing leather.
No, my shit was like, this was like a little tiny bit before social media was really a thing. So I could really show up anywhere and be nobody and start from scratch.
Right.
So I like truly experimented. Like for one school, I was like the popular girl. For another school, I was like the party girl. For another school, I was strictly academic, like completely nerdy. Another school, I was kind of punky. Another school, like there was one school in Virginia, I went there and I decided I'm not going to talk to anybody. And so the whole year I didn't talk to anybody. I was that weird girl who just literally wouldn't talk to anyone. And at the end of the year, I entered the talent show and I sang, I Will Always Love You.
Nice.
And then everyone, yeah, I killed it.
I know you killed it.
And then, and I thought that was like a joke for me anyway, that I thought was funny. Like
a slow build joke.
This quiet girl who's never talked to anybody is just going.
That's an epic song too. You got to sing that from the bottom of your heart.
I just loved watching the audience reaction, just their faces changing as I sing from like that quiet girl, that new kid who's never talked to any. Oh shit! Wait, she's actually singing. And I went in, and then I left the school.
That's great.
Yeah,
I noticed last night at the show. I like how like direct you are with your audience. You just kind of don't play games with them. You're like, all right, go and play this hit now.
Yeah,
this is the hit, and then you're like, all right, so this is the last song, and
no encore.
There's no encore.
Yeah,
y'all just go home. Like you don't play games with.
I don't play games.
You don't play. Well, it's just, you just don't like doing encores, and you just direct. Like what's
I don't know. I mean, I do encores often just because like I feel like audience members feel like they've been cheated if you don't do an encore. And so sometimes I do it, but sometimes I'm really not feeling the whole shtick of like, okay, I'm going off stage, but everyone knows I'm coming back on, and I'm going to do it.
Because the house lights are still down.
Yeah, and I just like, let's not do that, you know? Yeah. But I still do that sometimes when the audience like will keep clapping and they start booing if you don't do an encore, and that's when you
Damn.
got to do an encore. But otherwise, I just don't want to do it.
You should do covers as your encore.
I do actually.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What do you do?
I did. Well, I do a lot of
Shoop.
like. That's a
Ain't
good
nothing but a
idea.
G thing.
I did Calvin Harris's "How Deep Is Your Love,"
Okay.
but like a grunge rock version of it. I think it's on the internet.
We will check it out.
What do you do on the internet?
Work. I look up dumb videos.
Mm-hmm.
I look up what my peers are making and their ticket prices.
How do you feel? Do you feel competitive?
No, not competitive, but I would look at, like, if I'm playing a venue, a comedy venue, or any type of venue, I like to see what other people are charging for a show. You want to know what the marketplace is, especially certain cities you approach differently, you know?
Where do you do well?
Here in Chicago, I'm from here. I mean, most spots lately, I've been touring for a good amount of time now, but so here, San Francisco, Seattle, Minneapolis. I mean, the places, it's just, the road is pretty, you know, it gets to be kind of straightforward where if you go to a place a lot, then more people come to your shows. You go once, it might be okay. You go back the second time, some of those people tell their friends or the people that didn't come the first time and see it. So that's what I found. So the cities that I've been going to for a while, Milwaukee, Minneapolis, Boston, Philly, those type of places, I do well in.
That's good. You really have to build, but sometimes I get bitter when like really young, like 16-year-old major label artists just like tour for the first time in like thousands cap rooms, and I'm just like, man, I like toured for years and years and just like shaved off years of my life to be on the road.
And the road ages you.
Yeah, and then y'all can just, all right.
Yep. You know what it was, Mitski?
What?
You weren't getting those emails after the show. You gotta get those emails. That's what. Did you get email? Did you do email lists?
Oh, I mean, I booked my own tours in the beginning, and then it got to a point where I got so busy that I needed to hire other people. It's just like I've expanded really gradually, but just like I've always been indie, so sometimes when I see people immediately kind of get to that comfortable spot, I'm
So
like,
you've never been on a label?
No, I am on. I'm
you're
on Dead Oceans, which is like a indie label.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't know. I mean, I don't regret touring a lot. It's just like it was a lot of
It's a lot of work.
grinding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I work.
Especially when you're a band and you got to carry your drums and guitars and shit.
Yeah, and just like
Amps, yeah.
sleeping in friends of friends' like floors and like punk houses and like
Haunted
houses. I've only recently started to stay in hotels, but before that it was like my friend's aunt has like a living room that you can crash in, you know.
I've done that. I think all three of us have done that.
Yeah, I don't like it because I yell in my sleep.
Do you really?
On the plane, sometimes I'll just be like, ah! And then I'll look at the person
And in movie
next to me.
theaters as well.
I don't yell in the movie theaters, really. I just kind of.
But you sleep in them.
I sleep well. On the plane, I sleep
Oh, I'm
chaotically
so jealous.
sometimes.
I can't sleep in vehicles whatsoever.
You can't sleep on the plane?
No.
Well, you need to take some goddamn Xanax, some NyQuil, or some fucking.
You should get on ZQL. Do you know
some
ZQL?
melatonin. What's ZQL?
ZQL is NyQuil. NyQuil made it, but they realized people were taking NyQuil just to sleep, so they made ZQL, which is like without any of the cold medicine shit and just the shit that makes you go to sleep.
Oh.
Yeah, you should. I love that stuff.
So then the new ad is without all the coughing stuff you had, blah, 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 so
Yeah.
you could sleep medicine.
Yeah.
So now it's just so you could sleep medicine.
Yeah, ZQL.
Gotcha.
I'm going to take it with a Red Bull just to see what happens.
Yeah, right? Just
Let's
get
Shout
weird.
out Reb.
Let them duke it out.
Yeah.
Duke it out in my body.
Yo, I heard about people, what's the Ambien? I heard about people that take Ambien just to trip out.
Oh yeah,
Like
just take Ambien and stay up.
Yeah, I got a homie who likes to draw. He's a good illustrator, and he said he'll take an Ambien, wait for it to start kicking in, then drink some coffee and start drawing.
Yeah,
And he says it trips. He makes some weird stuff, and it.
Wow.
Yeah.
you know what?
I want to try it.
I think that could be your different school personas. That could be some type of TV show or something.
Yeah. That's a great idea, actually.
Just somebody just being different everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
What year was the popular girl phase?
Freshman year.
That was freshman year.
Yeah.
And so did you go in with a plan? You know what? I'm gonna have good posture, and I'm gonna
Kinda.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, doing that every year of my life kind of fucked me up in the long run because it was like, who am I?
Yeah, you're crazy. Person.
But okay. But but yeah, it's being, part of the popular crew is actually not that hard. You just have to kill certain parts of yourself.
Right.
And then be really outgoing.
What do you have to kill?
Just like,
Empathy.
yeah, and also just like I like to be alone. I like to hang out by myself. I like to do quiet person things, but you can't do any of that. You have to hang out with everybody, be nice to everybody, like always be down to joke around.
Sacrifice.
My grades went down that year because
Yeah.
I just was fooling around all the time.
When you're a social person, it's hard to keep your grades up because you're just like, I gotta go hang out with this person and that person and catch up with people.
Yeah.
And then
What was your final GPA?
Oh, I don't remember. High school?
Yeah.
It's pretty high. I was pretty good in school otherwise. But I think I was really good in school because I learned early on that if you're
it's like a standoff.
That's a weird one.
If your grades are really good, then teachers can't say shit to you. Like, even if you're kind of a bad kid, they can't scold you because you're like, well, look at my grades. I'm doing everything you want me to do. So
That's true.
fuck off. And so kids out there, just keep your grades up and then you can do whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's society. Mm-hmm. That's America. America. Do you want to live somewhere else? What's your ideal place? Are you going to travel forever? Do you have a 5-year?
What's my 5-year plan?
What's your 5-year
Are
plan?
you my business manager?
I am.
I would one day I would like to buy a house, but I think that will be much later.
Yeah.
I realize you can live anywhere. It doesn't matter where you're living, really. You can just live anywhere.
A little bit. Depends on what kind of life.
If you're touring.
You just realize people just live everywhere, and you can make a life. And there's no. I feel like it's the same with like finding a soulmate. Like the idea of finding a soulmate. There's never really any one place that you're meant to be. You can just live anywhere and like live your life. And also, moving away to somewhere else won't change your life because you still have to deal with yourself and you still have to live with yourself.
I think it could change your life.
Plus, there's a general thing that you're particular to. Like, oh yeah, I'd rather live on a farm, or I'd rather live in a big city where anything's accessible. So,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Or
Like what?
I don't want to live in Fresno.
Yeah, you're always beefing with Fresno.
I don't. So
What's your beef with Fresno?
absolutely.
What's your beef with Fresno?
Absolutely unfounded. No, I've never been there or even done a gig there.
You should make a story. Just
Make up a story?
Yeah, just to back up this beef.
Do it in some bars.
Make up. One time in Fresno. In Fresno, I was doing a comedy show, and doing the show, I did a joke about military folks, and then I roasted this motherfucker, and he tried to fight me outside my green room. That didn't happen in Fresno, but that was
That was a real story.
From where?
Providence, Rhode Island.
Providence.
I'm trying to remember if you were on these gigs. It was a comedy club run
Oh wait.
right before
I
or
think
right
I
after Boston.
Wait, retell the story. I wasn't paying attention. I was so
Yeah,
distracted by
it's
the.
easy to get caught up in it.
Yeah.
There's no offense taken at all. It's very easy to get lost in it.
Military?
So I used to do this joke about this guy. I did a show. The bit was about how I like the military, but why I respect the military, but why are you in full uniform at this Applebee's right now?
Oh, I think I've heard this before. Yeah.
Why are you in full uniform at this Applebee's right now? Like, what's going on here? I think this is a fucking neutral zone. And so this one guy was like, I'm in the military. You need to respect the troops. And then I started roasting him. You're a reserve, blah, blah, blah. Crowd is going crazy. He just feeling stupid and shit.
No.
And then after the show, he was waiting outside my green room. He wanted action. They made him leave and shit. But that was the only time somebody, I think.
At least he was waiting outside of your green room and not outside the venue, because outside the venue is when you're not safe anymore. In the green room, there's still security. What's scary is I had that too, like people waiting outside the venue, and that's always scary.
But just to speak and hug, right? Or they want to fight you?
There was this one show. There's this one. Well, not really a show, but it was in Kansas City, Missouri, and there's this guy in full camo gear, just waiting outside the show, for not just for me, but for kids. Just waiting to fight somebody. He just wanted to fight somebody.
Did he say that, or you just assuming on his
No. He was
camouflage body language?
No. You know what? I shouldn't discriminate against camo.
But
You're
he
right.
did say something. No, you should.
No,
discriminate.
he kept going up to kids, teenagers who are just scared shitless, and they're like, we're good, we're good, and trying to get to their car. And this guy was like, what's up, and trying to fight these kids.
And your fans, I would say your fans,
They're children.
They're not looking for a fight.
No, they're not.
They don't look like they're looking for a fight.
Yeah, it was really bad.
You should have approached him.
No, he had knives visible on his hip and stuff. He didn't have any guns, but yeah, he had knives on him.
That can't be legal.
Kansas City, dog.
Kansas
Walking
City.
around with knives on your waist.
It's Kansas City, man.
It was
This
late
shit-
at night in Kansas City.
Kansas City don't give a fuck. You know why? There's a Kansas City, Missouri, and a Kansas City,
That's
Kansas.
right.
Yeah.
Shit is lawless out there, man.
And they beef over companies too. So it's funny. They'll make bids on big companies, and they'll just keep the companies will just keep crossing the borders because they're getting
Better deals on the other
tax
side.
breaks.
Yeah.
So they just keep going. It's silly as fuck. Every year, they'll be like, all right, we'll jump over
If
the border.
only
then.
they'd unite. They're being used by all these companies. If only they'd.
This is a government. It's a
You know.
government issue, but I don't want to get into that.
I almost bought a pinky ring in Vegas at a pawn shop.
You should have. Why didn't you?
Couldn't get them
Roxy.
to the price I wanted.
Yes. At a pawn shop?
Yeah. He was like,
Just
nope.
pay the man.
No.
Just.
I'm like, who else is this pawn shop was empty. It didn't seem like there was a lot of volume of people coming in there looking at the pinky rings.
Thank you.
Particularly, I think it is a buyer's market, and he wasn't really the bend. And since he wasn't really the bend, I realized I didn't really need a pinky ring.
I mean, no one needs a pinky ring, but that's
Right.
not the point. The point is to have a pinky ring.
I thought, but yeah, I didn't want a pinky ring for that price.
What I actually like is a thumb ring. It's not that popular, but it actually looks pretty cool to just have a ring here.
You rock a thumb ring sometimes, or you just like the?
I do sometimes, but it's just because I would get a ring. I would buy jewelry online, and it wouldn't be the right size, but I want to wear it, so I got really creative. I'd wear it on my thumb.
Back in the 90s, the thumb ring was a hardcore that the hardcore kids.
Was it?
The hardcore kids would rock the thumb rings.
Oh,
Like,
shit.
You got a fucking thumb ring, man.
Wow.
I listen to shellac.
Wow.
Yeah.
Were you hardcore?
I mean, I had a lot of friends that were into it, and I liked a lot of shellac. I'm a big Steve Albini fan, and I liked a lot of that stuff, like the sub pop stuff I was talking about. But I think I was more into the punk side than the emo side. But I did grow up on a lot of rock music. But like, as soon as I discovered Wu-Tang, I was like, oh shit, this is my pocket.
It's funny how venues everywhere across America look like they used to be a hardcore kid. I mean, venue security people. Every venue in America, like the security people, the staff people in venues, they all look like they used to be hardcore. What is that? Like, what is it? Are there like venue recruiters at hardcore shows? Like, hey, have you thought of being a security guy?
You know, they're tough guys usually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here, get some tattoos. Come back. If you come in with no tattoos, no.
Or beardos. Have you ever heard of beardos?
No.
So beardos usually go to like heavy metal shows, and they got the big beards, and they're really into craft beer.
Oh.
The beardos. That's like a certain genre of musical fan.
I don't know about that. Getting beard, food in your beard.
Big ass beards, big bellies, and they like beer.
Hey,
Stouts.
I'm happy for them. Everybody needs friendship, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any beardo fans?
Not that I know of.
Yeah.
Probably.
Maybe on the internet secretly.
Yeah.
Maybe in their room they're listening to my music.
Yeah, because they can't listen to it in front of their beardo friends, because then they'll think they're soft.
Yeah. But you know what, Beardo fans? I'm here for you. You can listen to me privately in your rooms.
Listen to Mitski in your room. It's your secret. Just play the music to yourself.
My thing only has non-cool effects.
No, you gotta just mess around with it. Look, this thing, you can get crazy.
I could.
There's all kinds of stuff
I'm
you
just
can do.
being too
Be
close-minded.
experimental.
There we go.
You know what I was I found this out yesterday. Because of its proximity to Asia, Hawaii is where meth first popped off in America. I didn't know that.
What does that have to do with Asia,
Yeah, I was
though?
gonna say, yeah.
What are you trying to say?
Because it's the closest to Asia, and meth was already popping in Asia.
Was it?
Yeah, and then it
I didn't
started,
know
and then
that.
they got it to Hawaii. I thought it because this comedian yesterday, Andrew Schultz, he was telling me, like, oh, a lot of people do a lot of meth in Hawaii. Like, why are you doing meth? You in Hawaii? Just surf or do some just chill stuff. But meth is heavy there.
I hear it's
think-
actually really expensive, though, because it's so small. Like, real estate is so expensive, and it's actually expensive to live there.
To live in, yeah.
Yeah. So
So
I
meth
understand.
prices are higher, probably.
Right.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's, I don't know. Meth is fascinating to me.
I'm more surprised by the fact that meth came from Asia. What part of Asia?
I don't know.
What? You're not up on your history of meth?
I just really got into this yesterday.
You got into meth like yesterday.
My meth research. Well, my deep meth
Oh, that was
research.
that little baggie you left behind. I was wondering what that was.
Yeah. Yeah.
You should.
I wonder
You
why
should
you're
cut
talking
that.
so fast, too.
Did you put it in the wine like I said?
He's
That's
talking
not
so fast.
good.
He's talking so fast. I don't know why
Podcast about to take a turn. Podcast about to take a turn. Podcast about to take a turn. Meth.
Yeah, meth is a weird ass drug, though.
Yeah.
I've never done it.
Have you ever done Adderall?
Um,
Because that's pretty much clean. That's what it is, pharmaceutical grade meth.
Yeah.
So if you've done Adderall, then you know what meth feels like.
you've done meth?
No, I've never done meth, but I've done plenty of Adderall.
Then how do you know it's like Adderall?
I mean, because people that I know that have done meth, there's just, or actually, you know what? The actual chemical makeup, it's like, it's very, very close. If you want to get into like scientific facts, yeah, it's like, you know, they're both amphetamines. One just is medical grade and controlled versus the other one's made in a bathtub.
Oh, now I'm thinking like there's probably a lot of people who need to be on Adderall but can't afford it, and they're just self-medicating with meth.
And then
I think meth is. No, I don't think people are like, I have ADHD. I'm gonna smoke meth. I think it's more.
I guess
just,
it's you arrive at meth. You don't
Yeah.
your goal isn't meth. You just
probably
find yourself
started-
on
yeah.
meth at some point.
You probably started with Adderall, and then your doctor cut you off because you were acting tweaky, and then you went to the streets, man. You started smoking that meth.
I just wonder what the goal is with meth, because sometimes aren't people partying for a week straight?
Yeah,
Who wants to? Oh, just staying up for a week
staying
straight?
up for like days. Yeah, that's like the thing about meth. It's like they say you could do like a very small amount and then stay up for like fucking 3 days straight.
Are you trying to beat a video game? What is the focus?
I don't
What
know.
do you
I would
wanna
never
do?
want to be awake for more than 48 hours.
Not even give me a straight 20 is excessive. 20
Yeah.
hours straight?
Yeah.
I need a break from myself.
No, yeah, any drug that lasts longer than like 6 hours is too much for me. It's like, all right, like let's have a come down here.
I can't even do weed edibles because it's like it's still going on when you're like you feel done. You're like, okay, I get it. Like I feel good. It's fine, and then you're still high. I can't do it.
That's my problem with acid is that like I like acid, but the fact that I've had a 12-hour trip before. And like at hour 8, I'm just like, Jesus Christ.
Still high.
Go away.
Where did you
away.
where did you trip last time?
My last time I tripped?
Yeah.
Mushrooms or acid?
I mean, whichever you would like to share.
Mushrooms. Not too long ago actually. It was I just did it by myself in my apartment.
Here? Right here?
No, actually I used to live I just moved into here like in February. But
So no one's been on mushrooms in this apartment yet.
not yet.
You need to christen it.
I
But-
have some if you guys want to do some.
right now.
Not right now. A little bit later.
But yeah, I mean, last time I did it was great because I felt like there was like another entity in the room. So I felt like I was like laughing at my like. I felt like someone was I was having thoughts, and I felt like someone was laughing at my jokes.
Oh, that's so nice.
It was so weird. So I'm just like
I bet every comedian wants that. Just like
yeah, just
someone-
have
yeah,
a
someone-
laugh partner there. That's what it felt like. There was like another entity that was like,
Well, I actually get sleep paralysis, so I have experienced that.
oh
but
yeah, I do too.
in the negative way, though.
Yeah.
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 I think that's why I like spooky stuff.
Feels like shadows are coming at you. And so yeah, I've had that before too. That's a terrifying
Sleep
feeling.
paralysis is rough. I get it. That's why I get that on the plane too.
Okay, what you have to do when you're having it. Ooh. What you have to do is what I do when I get it is because you know it's happening. You know it's sleep paralysis. So you just count numbers. Well, I do anyway. I just go, okay, 1, 2, 3, and I just like very calmly count numbers, and then I slowly wake myself up.
Oh,
You should try it. Just count numbers.
I just
Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too. I just try to shake it.
oh, can I get an orange juice, please?
Do you talk to people next to you on the plane?
Sometimes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awful.
Nah, do I initiate?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Not like I'll do like the quick at the beginning.
At the
Oh.
beginning, you're like, by the way, I might fall asleep and yell, but it's fine.
I'm gonna yell. It's gonna be okay. Don't call the flight attendant. I'll call the flight attendant. I like to drink orange juice after I tweak out. And that's that.
Do you check your instruments or do you take it with you onto the plane?
I take them with me always.
So you always get the so you're a musician, huh?
No, people
no?
hate instruments on the plane, so because it takes up so much space.
Yeah,
It's
so
a weird amount of space.
yeah,
Yeah.
so there's only negativity. Every time I have to be like, I'm sorry, can I please it's my baby. I really need to take it on the plane.
Fucking
and
fucking guitar.
And they try to make me check it, and then I have to like cite these like laws where I say I'm allowed to take it on the plane, and then it's like a whole thing. But every
Wow.
time it's a negotiation.
You have your bass. You play the bass.
Yeah.
But I saw you were playing the guitar too. So are you carrying both? Or are you just using?
It depends on what show. If I'm playing solo at a college show, then I play guitar, and I take a guitar. But with a band, I take bass.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like when I do shows with him, I always have my like DJ gear with me, and it's the same thing. It's just a weirdly shaped backpack and it takes up, and then people, you get the look. But then sometimes people are like, that's fucking cool looking backpack. Last time, I didn't tell you about this through the TSA, motherfucker thought I was Steve Aoki.
Oh.
He was like, hey, you're a DJ, huh? Because he saw my shit go through, and I was like, yeah. And he goes, you're the guy that puts the cake in people's faces, right? And I'm like,
More,
I'm like, no.
More than once, I've had people straight faced ask me, "Is that a violin?" I'm like, I'm Asian, but no, it's a guitar. How would this be a violin? They're just like trying to force a narrative. Yeah.
Remember when we randomly saw Kanye at the airport in Minneapolis?
You saw Kanye in Minneapolis.
Did he have a posse?
No,
He didn't.
What?
He strolled up just like
him and
Is
one
that
other person,
safe?
maybe.
What
He had
year
a-
was this? Was this
he was
before
he was big.
808?
No, he
2
was
years,
already big.
2-3 years ago.
What?
He came in with a fur coat on, and
A fur coat, and no one bothered him?
Like when he got up to TSA, they were
yeah.
like, "Yo, Kanye," but it was a chill day at the airport. I remember trying to piece it together in my head. Why is Kanye in Minneapolis? I look online. He didn't have a show in Minneapolis. I'm like, okay.
He just wanted to visit.
No, I'm like, Kanye doing a song with Prince.
yeah, that's where
Prince
his
was
brain,
like, I was like, yo, he must be doing a song with
his
Prince.
brain went immediately to
He
that.
got to be doing a song with Prince. That's
Why
why.
is he here? Yeah.
Actually, that's a move for famous people. Just like, because no one would expect it. So even if they see you, they're like, that can't be Kanye.
No, yeah,
Like,
he was going through the regular pre-check. But I didn't notice him at first because he had the big like hood over his face, and then he kind of lifted it up, and I'm like, I look at Hannibal. I think we both realized it at the same time. I'm like, is that? Hannibal's like, yeah. It was weird because he was right in front of us,
wow.
checking his bags, like everything. Like
I think I saw him later that year. He came to one of the shows Chappelle was doing at Gramercy, and I said, "Hey man, we saw you in Minneapolis." And I was thinking you was doing a song with Prince. Is this true? And he's like, nah, but I like that idea. He's like, that's a good guess though. That's
why was he just doing regular flying? I mean, he's big and rich enough to just take private jets everywhere.
Maybe he was trying to write a song about being a regular person.
Yeah.
And he
Maybe,
just...
yeah.
Kanye doesn't do that.
Hey, maybe Kanye really fuck with Cinnabon.
Yeah, maybe.
Hudson, maybe
He's like, so where can I get a Cinnabon? At an airport. I need to fly.
I need to fly.
I'm going to Minneapolis so I can get a Cinnabon.
I'm a huge Hudson News loyalist.
We're going to go to the Rock Bottom, and then we're going to go to Hudson News.
Hudson News. I got to grab a Fast Company. Mark Zuckerberg is on the cover, and there's some other articles about entrepreneurship that I want.
I want to ride the shuttle. I love the shuttle. The shuttle bus is great.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great system.
Gotta get my shoes shined real quick.
And those walkways where you feel like you're on steroids, you just walk fast.
Yeah, that's it.
Just the whole airport experience.
Yeah. Shoe shine. I want to sit in that. Oh, yeah, Minneapolis, in between Terminal 1, Terminal 2, they got that massage chair. Gotta get the massage chair. And I wanted to sign up for a Sky Miles credit card.
Yeah, that Minneapolis airport is huge too, so I could see that him being like, I want to get the airport experience.
Right.
Yeah, that must have been it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just leave it at that.
I think so.
My last celebrity encounter at an airport was Margaret Cho.
Yeah.
And I sat down at the gate, and I realized she was sitting right across from me. And I didn't want to bother her, but I kind of wanted to say something like, hey, like, I'm Asian too. But I didn't talk to her, but she was great.
You should have just said,
I
hey,
know.
I'm Asian too.
I know.
You should have
but
started with that.
There was just like another Asian person like right there, and I was like, it wouldn't have made me special, but I really wanted to talk to her, but I
Should have
didn't.
just sang a song for her.
I should have.
Right there.
Yeah.
Margaret Cho. Like an EDM song. Margaret Cho. Margaret Cho. I like your show. Margaret Cho. Margaret Cho. Do you like Cinnabon? Margaret Cho. I'll get you a Cinnabon and a shake and we can smoke. Margaret Cho, do you want to smoke? What city will you go to when you get on the plane? Margaret Cho, I really wanna explain my fandom for you. I'm Asian too. What's going, Margaret Cho? I'll make a song for you, Margaret Cho. Margaret Cho, I miss you.
You miss her? When was the last time you hung out with her?
I don't know. I don't know her like that. I think we've done a show or two together. Also, I might be lying and making up stuff. Sometimes you feel like you know people. That's what happened with me too. Sometimes people are like, hey, or you just see somebody show. I think I've done a show with Margaret Cho at a festival or something.
I need another sound. Ooh.
Mitski. Mitz. Oh.
Are you trying to say something?
Yeah. I got a question for you.
Okay.
If you
That shit was hot.
You know how Young Jeezy goes, ayy, or Waka Flocka goes, Flocka, or bow, bow, bow. Or Jay-Z goes, it's your boy.
Or like Mike Will made it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike will make, will make.
What would your ad lib be as a rapper?
I mean, I don't know.
When you drop?
That with his voice.
Yeah.
It's Mitski, bitches.
Actually, can you do that? And can I make that my voicemail?
It's Mitski, bitches.
Of course.
Ooh, that's good.
That is good.
I think it's important for your catchphrase to not be done by you, just like Mike Will made it is done by a random girl voice.
Right.
I think that's better.
Or Rick Ross has Maybach music.
Yeah.
That girl- yeah.
Wait, what's up with the Playboy Cardi?
That's the name of the producer.
Oh.
Hey, Pierre, you want to come in here?
Yeah, it's weird because they'll just drop all the music and then that just comes in.
Yeah.
In New York, I've been the rock. Had it in my sock. Used to Savvy rock. Running from the cop. Shooting at the ops.
Yo, Pierre, you want to come out here?
Yeah, are you familiar with Playboy Cardi?
Kind of.
It's like all of his songs, like the music will just drop out and you just hear, hey, Pierre, I gotta go.
Pierre, you want to come in here?
It's so weird. It's so weird.
Yo, Pierre, you want to
Turn
come
me
out
all the way
here?
up. I'm in this motherfucker. Turn up.
I picture Pierre just in the other room, staring at the wall. Hey, Pierre, you want to come in here? Oh, shit. My bad, man. I was zoning out, dog. Shit, man. I got a lot going on in life.
I like that one, though, because it's just so odd.
Yeah.
We'll splice it in. You'll hear it.
Okay.
Mitski, if it had to answer right away, what would you ask the universe?
I was gonna say why, but that's so stupid.
I think if you wanted to ask the universe a question and get a real answer, you do DMT.
You're really into the drugs.
Yeah, DMT. I haven't done it yet. I'm looking for it.
Okay.
Whoa.
Come on, man. When the bar's gonna come in?
I just thought
I thought the beat was pretty dope as an instrumental, so I tried to keep my input on that piece very minimalist. It was a choice. It just felt like a good production that you guys made. And
It was a
didn't-
group think.
Yeah.
Sounded
So
good.
I made a choice just to keep and I did the to myself, and then it sounded all right, and so I just kept doing that.
Yeah, I thought
That's
we
the
made
clap.
something good today.
That was pretty. So I think y'all could. That might be usable. What's your favorite bar? When you think of yourself or your lines? When you think about
My favorite
a line,
line.
a crazy line you got where you like, damn, Mitski, that was a good one. To yourself, you say that to yourself sometimes.
I say that to myself all the time. I'd say
You should.
I want a love that falls as fast as a body from the balcony. I was really proud of that.
Yeah.
I like it when lyrics are very physical.
Mm-hmm.
You make like really physical metaphors. I think
Yeah.
that's pretty good.
There was one lyric you said, look at me up and down, naked, and then I forget the rest.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm talking about a song of yours.
I know, but
You got a lot of songs.
I got 4 albums.
You got 4 albums.
Look me in my eyes when I come.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
that's a different one, but sure.
No, that's a lyric. I was just
Yeah?
trying to think of where else do I say look? I can't remember. Can you
have-
try singing it?
Look me. No, actually, I don't want to upset you. If I sing, you might hulk out and flip the table. You ever had sex to your own music accidentally?
No.
No?
Oh, that sounds awful.
Yeah.
I'd just be thinking about the composition. Like
Right.
I'd be having sex, but then I'd be like, "Oh fuck, I should have like fixed that in the production," and then
Yeah.
I'd be distracted.
It's even weird when my friend's music is on.
Do you
and-
put your own comedy on when you're having sex?
No, it's still. But I have popped up on TV while I've been making out with a girl or something.
Does it make you feel better though? Like, yeah, I'm on TV. I'm the man.
It depends on the. No, it depends on the moment and what's going on.
How much do you play up your celebrity when you're dating?
I don't.
Is that a bad question? I'm sorry. You can pass if you want.
No, I won't pass. Play it up how?
Like, how much do you kind of like use it to your advantage?
Meaning,
How conscious of, or are you trying to like be completely normal guy? Like, let's not touch on that.
That's kind of unreasonable. It's tough to. I mean, because it's not just my job. It's kind of
Your whole life.
it's my life
Yeah.
and who I am, and just so. It's yeah. So I mean, a lot of my life is going to shows or even watching stuff if I'm not working. So it's
If you can't talk about it, then you
Yeah.
can't talk about anything.
yeah. And if you hanging out with me, we're probably gonna go to some type of event or something like that. Which can be kind of dicey
Yeah.
territory because I've had situations where I brought people into places where they didn't know how to act. They get a little
They get starstruck.
caught up and lost in the sauce, and kind of I've had to pull some let's get out of here. Can you stop bothering this man, please?
Can you please stop bothering Kanye? He's just trying to go to the airport. He's just trying to buy like a Forbes 100.
Can you please? Yeah, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Sorry about her. My bad.
I also can't do like, I don't know how to say this nicely, like I don't want to say normie parties, but just like parties or like get-togethers where there's no art people or entertainment people, because I don't know what to talk about anymore, because my whole life is just kind of like making music or just like being around other artists. So like extended family get-togethers where it's just like, what do you even talk about? Like I can't, I don't know anything about sports. I don't know how to talk about regular business stuff. I don't have a 9-to-5. What do you talk about? I freeze up.
You know what you gotta do?
What?
You gotta read a Dale Carnegie book. How to Win Friends and Influence People.
It's a good idea.
Step 1, you gotta when you talking to somebody, you gotta touch them on their upper shoulder and look them in the eyes. Always remember people's names and say their name a lot when you're talking to them.
You
Mitski.
actually read it. You read it.
Oh yeah.
So there was a point in your life where you were like, I need to figure out how to.
I remember Hannibal went through like a Adderall and self-help book phase.
Oh.
Where he would write notes and have just like 3 or 4 self-help books.
I respect that. You like are trying to be a functional part of society.
I remember
respect
Like
that.
like how a robot would do it.
Yeah. I remember one time we were sitting first class, we were going somewhere, and you had like 3 books, and you had your notebook, and you're like, I'm going to get into the self-help shit.
In public.
Right before we take off, he was out.
Hey, it's the intention that matters. That's why I switched to audiobooks recently.
I like the image of you like on a plane, like yelling from just like being asleep, and in front of you are 3 self-help
and a notebook to take notes.
Just like, this guy is not doing it right. This guy
He's not crushing life right now. He needs some help. Oh, that's hilarious.
You know what though? I just started. I don't know why I got into it late, but I just recently started getting audiobooks. And it's great.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck. I don't know
I
why it took.
haven't done it yet.
You gotta try it. It's like it was this one. I don't know why, but it was called the 5-second rule. And
What is that?
the 5-second rule, like when you
Drop something.
When you drop something, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
well that one, yeah,
That's exactly.
it's like if you drop some food,
But you don't need a whole book on
It took
that.
about three minutes to listen to.
You don't need a whole book on that. It's pretty self-explanatory.
I've been wasting all this goddamn food.
Hannibal read 30 chapters on the 5-second rule.
Hannibal,
damn.
it's simple.
He's taking notes. Oh damn! I learned something today.
No, but really, what's the 5-second rule?
Yeah.
5-second rule. It's just if you have something that you've been procrastinating on, or there's something you really want to motivate yourself to do, instead of like kind of dilly-dallying in your head, like say you want to, you just trying to, just something simple, just where you tired as fuck, you only a few hours sleep and you got to get out of bed. You wake up, instead of hitting the snooze button, you do a countdown to yourself, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then I think the countdown gets you going.
That works?
I was gonna say that. Yeah, that sounds easier said than done. Just you count down to 5 and jump out of bed.
And you just the something about the brain, the countdown.
Is it kind of like with parents with their kids? Like, you got it right now, let it go. I'm gonna count to 3, 1, and then kids always just have to do what the parents is saying because they're counting. Is it like that, where something about counting?
Yeah, well, it's just where it's something with the wiring of the brain where you take action.
The theme of this podcast is counting.
Yeah. Sleep paralysis.
Sleep paralysis.
Getting up.
Getting up. 5-second rule for
5-second rule.
Food too.
Yeah.
Applies to food. Mm-hmm. What else?
But I just, in general, I like to put myself in situations where I have to do something versus being always totally prepared. Where, for instance, my last tour, I didn't have a show. I had a couple minutes of jokes, but I didn't want to just sit and write the whole shit. Mm-hmm. So I just booked some shows in Rochester, Minnesota, just to work out.
And then you just jazz improv'd.
I jazzed, like I had a few jokes, but we booked maybe 4 or 5 shows there, and by the last show, just the necessity, I was like, okay, I don't have a show, but there's people here, so I have to do shows. They pay money. I have to.
Yeah.
So now that sense of urgency makes me, now I got to write. I've created this deadline for myself, and so then I did these shows, and by the last show, I had something that was close to tourable. And so then we added shows. We went to Minneapolis after that. I got confident and just did more. So I am a proponent of just where you just have to, if you create a scenario for yourself where you have to do some shit, then it just it can be good.
Or you can fuck up.
There's that part, but then at least you did something.
I agree with that, and I tend to just say yes whether I know I can do it or not. I just say yes anyway, and then I figure it out.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a good way to
Throw yourself into the wind. You're saying, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. In a reasonable fashion, of course. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that. That's good. That's a good philosophy.
Have you ever bombed doing that?
Just
like winging it? Not winging it, but you know what I mean. Jazz improving.
With shows, yeah. I mean, if it's a smaller show where I'm just trying out new jokes, it can happen where you just figuring out where a joke is placed in a set, or stuff might not work for a particular crowd, or it's sometimes where it happens with crowds might have a certain expectation of who I am going to be, and then I quickly say some shit that wipes that. We're like, oh, he's not that character from television. Mm-hmm. 'Cause I'm on Broad City, so a lot of times people will be, people think
you're
I'm
that character. Yeah,
this nice dentist guy. Mm-hmm. That's not
I'm not a nice guy.
I'm a nice guy, but my sensibility can lean.
You know what? Maybe I'm not a nice guy.
Nah, I'm a nice guy.
I mean, what's your equivalent of like bomb, like a song? Like, how does a musician bomb? Like, what does that feel like?
Well, there's just playing the wrong shit.
So the crowd is just talking over you and not paying attention, or
I think I've gotten to a point where it's not that I can't bomb, but if something's going badly, I can deal with it, or I just can go through a routine. I think, I don't know, I play a college show, all the kids just want to party during a quiet song and no one's listening. I just keep playing, it's fine. Or if I play the wrong note, I just keep going. I don't let the show stop. You just keep playing. I don't know, you develop tactics to just keep going. So I don't know if one time, I played, when there was a 2-month period where I was just starting out and I knew I needed to train myself, get better at performing. So I just played this was in New York City. I played a different dive bar 4 times a week or something. And I would just play deliberately to people who don't want to hear me. And everyone in the bar would just look like Charles Bukowski, just that kind of dive bar. And one time I was playing and this obviously coked out woman was looking up at me and she went, "Kick me in the face! Kick me in the face!"
Shit.
While I was playing.
So did you kick her in the face?
No.
Did anybody?
I was just kept playing. That's the thing. You just got to keep playing. Even if there's a coked out lady yelling at you.
Yeah.
I noticed too, because there's elements of the show where it was because Lincoln Hall is the acoustics in there is so, you can hear people breathing.
Yeah.
And there would be moments of the show where it's even when I whispered, I felt like I was interrupting the show.
Well, for that show, there was a period. I don't know if you remember, but it wasn't my guitar, so I didn't have a strap lock.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, so it just came off, but I dealt with it.
Yeah, you did. Actually, that was very professional the way you did it, because you were still singing, and then you were just kind of. I made a
dance out of it.
Everybody saw what was going on, but you did it very gracefully.
Thank you.
And I gotta say, it was a professional way to deal with that situation.
I'm really good at crisis management. I don't know. I'm not.
I'd go into panic mode.
I'm not good. I'm not good when things are going well. That's when I don't like it. That's when I'm panicking. I like it when there's a little bit of crisis. Then I can switch on.
So you're a glutton for punishment.
Yes. Definite masochist for sure.
Typical Asian.
Yeah. Just whipping my back. Yeah.
It's not good enough. It's never good enough.
So I was, I like to watch the audience when I'm at a show. So, Mitski, there was some people in your audience that were like, and then there was some people and there was some people kind of what's your favorite?
My favorite is this.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You forgot that one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yo, did you notice the first, like there was 4 people in front of you, and they had the camera phones locked on you.
Yeah.
How's that make you feel?
Well, I'm of my generation, my young generation, where that's normal.
Yeah.
So,
But like they were in your grill, and like they
it
probably
doesn't.
recorded
It doesn't.
like.
It doesn't faze me. Like
Doesn't faze you at all.
That
huh?
just happens. I'm just
Yeah.
used to it. Like I feel like older rockers, they get so mad when people are recording or on their phone and stuff.
Yeah.
Also, it's not like comedy. I
Yeah,
feel
it's
like
different for comedy, for
comedy
sure.
shows people that's content, and you don't want people putting that on the internet. But with songs, it's out there anyway.
So it doesn't faze you at all.
Yeah, it doesn't faze. I mean, I don't know. I used to feel like I should be bothered, but I'm not really. I just don't pay attention.
You were like literally like 1 foot away from being able to step on.
Well, also, you
like you get to just
people in the
crush
audience,
her phone.
they have like a watching TV effect. Like you're right in front of them, but for some reason, people think that you can't see them. The audience members feel like they're looking at a TV screen or something. It's so weird.
Yeah.
You just like their faces are like. Or just like they look so stupid, or they're talking to each other. No, but like they don't realize
They look so stupid.
they don't realize that you can see that. It's such a weird disconnect. It's true.
That's hilarious. Do you realize how stupid you look right now?
If you in the front row, work on your face. Practice before you head to the venue. Breathe through your nose, not your mouth. Open your eyes, wipe that shit off your face. Put on a magician disguise. Damn. Ooh, ooh.
Yeah. Ooh. Fix your face. Fix your face. Your face. Face in the place. Yeah.
But yeah, people think they're looking at a TV screen. It's so funny.
Who's the biggest person or band you've?
I'm going to do Lord in March.
Oh shit!
I know that's going to be in
crazy.
arenas, but so
Do you want the pen?
after. I can't talk when I smoke.
Yeah, it's mellow. It's hash oil.
How many dates you doing with Lord?
A month.
A month?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's not. I don't know if I'm going to sound good because
You're gonna do. Just
I shouldn't say
fine.
that. Actually, I'm going to sound great. Please come to the shows.
You're
Yeah.
gonna do just fine. I think
Yeah.
you'll fit right in with her fan base.
But it's me and then Run the Jewels
What?
and
Oh,
then
shit.
Lord.
You
yeah.
Run the Jewels and
It's
Lord.
a weird tour.
Who put this tour together?
I don't know.
I think probably Lord, right?
Yeah.
Lord's like, I work out to this, and I feel this, so I'm gonna put these together.
I want to go to I'm going to
Yeah.
one of those.
I'll
too.
put you on the list.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at the.
I'll put you on the list.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to go to one of those.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
You have a funny wait.
The-
You have a wait. What happened with
With
Lord
Lord-
recently at the festival? Oh yeah,
At Bonnaroo.
yeah. Tell her the story.
Tell me the story.
It wasn't.
It wasn't crazy.
It
but-
wasn't crazy. She had some technical delays. And I was really faded, and I was like, "Yo, Lord, let me stall for you." I was like, "You just gonna have nothing going on stage?" It was maybe like,
no.
I was like, "Lord, come on."
Yeah,
I was just really,
I was egging you on too. I was like, "Yo, you should get up there and do a hot 15."
I was like, "Yo, I'll stall it. I can stall for the Bonnaroo crowd." It was nothing happening. People were restless.
That's so funny.
And I was like, yo, let me, and then they like escorted me away. I went back by. I was like, Lord, you don't want me to go on and shit?
"Let me do some time."
Let me do some time. I'll fucking rock this shit for you.
It's like, we'll fucking
And
take care
people
of
were
it.
like, get him out of here, please.
you
Get him
should
out of here.
have. They
That's what I'm
really,
saying.
yeah, they really
Yeah.
missed out. That would have been newsworthy. That would have
Yeah.
been on Twitter.
It
Yeah,
would have been fun.
they really missed out on that.
But see, you miss all the shots you don't take.
Yeah, it's true.
I found out, I asked.
You miss all the
I
jokes you
asked.
don't make.
Yeah, exactly.
There you
I
go.
found out that it was a hard pass for them. Yeah. That's one of those. Yo, it sounds like we're doing a soundtrack for the sequel to Drive or some.
I gotta change this. I gotta change this.
I like it.
That sounds great.
Okay.
Have you had any movie placements for your songs?
Not really, actually. I need to work on my licensing, to be honest. TBH. I was on Supergirl. That's it.
Supergirl.
Yeah.
You mean by work on it? What do you mean? Is there where you push for that? Where
You
they
gotta
say,
pitch
hey,
your,
you have to pitch it?
You gotta pitch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a lot of artists who get on those shows, who get their songs on their shows, actually have managers who are already in the licensing world, and so it's like they're kind of like they're already, I don't know, music supervisors, and they have their own artists, and they're like, I'm just gonna put my artist on this show all the time.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, and I don't have that, so I better work on it.
You gotta push that shit.
Yeah. I better get in on the licensing industry because that's some big money.
Yeah.
The residuals.
Yeah.
Cash.
Just
I don't
send out
want
a
to tour
tweet.
anymore.
Cash. You want to sit on that cash.
I don't want to
Every
have
time.
to.
Like RJD2, the producer. You know RJD2, right? He's a producer. He makes hip hop beats.
Mm-hmm.
And he was under LP from Run the Jewels'
Mm-hmm.
label. And his song, a beat that he made, got picked up for Mad Men. It was like that.
Oh, that's huge.
After that, he never made.
Oh, he did the theme song?
Yeah, he stopped. Like after that, it felt like he just stopped making music. Like I think he did some shit and did a couple of shows, but he kind of
he can just do what he wants.
now, like off of just those residuals, he's like, yo, why even make music anymore?
Yeah.
I got. I'm the guy that made the Madman song.
A beautiful mind, turn water into wine, but that's not all. Broke the water, shine through, shaped the earth, created the code of life. Radiated with energy, the great boat of life. The spark, sparkling through the dark night. The walk that took forever without a thing.
It's a good song.
It was off the AC alone.
Na, na, na,
Did you
na.
do, 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 do.
That's how it goes, right?
Did you ever hear the SNL parody of that? I think it was on one of the John Hamm episodes. He was like, Mad Men, thin ties, cigarettes, whiskey. Dun, 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 dun,
John
dun.
Hamm is like, I just recently met him because he did a film with him. John Hamm is one of the coolest celebrities I've ever met. He's just so fucking chill.
He's probably grounded because he was
That's
like a
so-
school teacher first, right?
For a
He
long
like
time, yeah.
Oh,
he
I didn't
like
know that.
hustled for a long time before he was a famous actor.
I think a lot of people just expect him to be a douchebag, like off
Because
bat.
he's so handsome.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
And like he seems like one of those guys that could just get away with anything. Like he's just right off the top when I met him, I was like, man, this dude is super fucking cool. Like just no pretentiousness, no fucking, like he didn't have that persona. Like I'm John motherfucking Hamm, which he should have that.
He
but
could.
He
He could and get away with it.
Doesn't at all.
Oh, that's nice.
Nice guy. Nicest
Shout
guy.
out John Hamm.
John Hamm.
He would be knowing random facts and shit.
Because he's a teacher.
Yeah. I be forgetting about that. Yeah, but he was just some
know
random
that? Yeah.
shit and just be what?
This many bricks were used in this cathedral. Like, what the fuck, John Hamm? What the fuck you just say to me?
I need another sound.
You want to use this one?
No, I'm chilling on this one.
All right. Spooky.
This is some Death Grip shit, actually. Just this and this combined. The non-stop.
What you gonna do? More than churros. Got some churros. Churros on the radio.
like
scripts.
that. Yeah. The machine. Oh, you got
So,
the
Boy, you should pitch it for licensing. In your show where you're the dentist.
yeah,
Yeah.
I should.
Yeah. In a chaotic scene.
Just bad stuff.
In a chaotic scene where like Ilana's really, really, really high on an upper or something, it would be playing in the background while she's going crazy.
That could be something.
Do it.
If we come up with some good stuff, we could probably pitch to them. We're going into season 5, man.
Yeah. Mhm.
That's when you start asking for stuff.
Yeah.
Alana cool as fuck too. She'd be like, yeah.
If
let me
it
get that
works,
song. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mitski
Make some more money.
with the ideas.
Mitski in the house.
Thank you for coming on the show.
Oh, thank you for having me.
It was really fun.
Yeah.
You're a great guest.
Oh, thank you.
Outstanding.
I try my hardest. I do my best.
Well, not we, but he decided on getting you because he liked your pitchfork under.
Over-under. Over-under was good.
Thank
It
you.
was good. It was good.
I think it's just because I went in knowing the point of it, like knowing that it's not even about me, it's about entertainment.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to be like, well, I think Furbies are nice, but I don't know. I'm not really, it's like not about that.
Yeah.
It's
No,
about
you had
being
great
funny.
hands.
Yeah.
Got to say some stuff.
I looked like shit though.
Hot takes.
I had really bad posture and I had just woken up and their lighting, I looked really bad.
Yeah.
Next time
I
I
thought
have
you did fine.
Thank you. Next time I have an appearance, I should work on my posture.
Or not.
You ever been to a chiropractor?
Oh my gosh, I love them. I love
never
them.
been.
You should go. It's almost addicting because
Yeah?
it's like they
It's
tell
scary.
you
It's a little
you
scary.
what's wrong with you and then they fix it immediately. It's almost like some kind of therapy.
They're witches. They're witches.
But you know what I don't like about chiropractors is that it's like, okay, yeah, you cracked my back and did some stuff. Okay, it's questionable if it's, whatever. But when they try to sell you the shoes and like the
They've
braces
never
and-
tried. No, I've gone to like Chinatown chiropractors.
Yeah, see, like
those are better.
Every time I go to a chiropractor, they always try to sell me like insoles for my shoes. Like it's
Just-
because your arches.
Just find a chiropractor in your local Chinatown, and then they'll really actually. I believe in Chinese medicine.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too. Me too. Some of it.
Well, it's
Some
just
of it.
I would like I'd sit in cars all day, and then I'd like hold an instrument. I'd just be out of alignment, so I would like.
Do you do acupuncture?
No, I've never tried that. Have you done that?
I tried it once when I had after accident I had a couple years ago when my back was fucked up, and I think it was he tapping? He was poking stuff in my foot, and I felt like the connection in my lower back.
Yeah, there's definitely science that backs it up.
Where
yeah.
that shit, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It was like the bottom of my foot or some shit.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah,
And I
there's
never went again.
definitely like
Like-
medical journals that back up the science
Yeah.
to acupuncture. It's just doesn't work for me like it works for everyone else.
Yeah, nah. Once he touched my foot and this shit hurt my back, I said, I don't need that in my life.
That's some
I want-
witchcraft.
nah,
I can't
fuck
do
this
it.
shit.
It's
It's
crazier.
wrong.
It's crazy when they do the face when people come out with fucking needles on their face. I did that before for cigarettes. I went in 5 sessions to quit cigarettes.
I love cigarettes.
Yeah.
Oh, so good. So tasty. Love them. I don't smoke anymore, but
Really?
I still get.
How did you kick it?
I just got really sick and I couldn't smoke. And then so there was a period where I didn't smoke anyway because I was really sick. And then
How long have you been off of it?
I quit when I was like 18, 19. And sometimes when I drink, I like to smoke as well, but I try not to. And then it's bad because every time I like smoke at a party, just socially, I feel the effects. I have to control myself for the next 2 weeks after. It really sucks.
Yeah. And the smoking hangover sucks. Like
Yeah.
when you were chain smoking, it's worse than I think the drinking hangover. When you get your lungs hurt in the morning.
Well, yeah.
But I've been vaping, so it's cut my smoking down A
Oh,
lot.
I love cigarettes so much, especially when I'm touring through like Wyoming or that kind of country where it looks like a Marlboro ad anyway, and then I just like
Flavor country.
I'm like,
I'm in flavor
my
country.
yeah.
Yeah.
You always have to be addicted to something, but it's like
Make it something healthy.
Make it something
like,
better.
I'm addicted to yoga, bro.
That sucks. But
What's wrong with yoga? It's healthy.
no, just a guy who says I'm addicted to yoga, bro. Sucks.
I'm gonna say that. That's my new Tinder. My new Tinder profile.
I'm addicted to yoga.
I'm addicted to yoga, bruh.
But then a lot of girls who are like really into crazy sex will get into you because they're like, oh,
They're like, yeah.
he can do some crazy positions.
And he's got good breathing techniques.
But then you have to follow through.
Yeah, and then I'll fall apart. So yeah, that's not a good.
You already in there. You won. Fuck it. One and done.
But what does she test me like? Oh yeah, you know yoga? Do the fucking backwards lion. I'm like, oh shit.
Like, are you sleepy? Oh, I'm sleepy. All right. Let's close it. Let's close it down.
Thank you so much.
close it
Thank you
down.
for having me.
Show's done. Show's done. Mitski. Thank you, Mitski. Show's done. Show's done. Tony Trip on the drums.
All right, let's get out of here.
All right.
All right.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Thank you.